Boris being referred to the Privileges Committee over partygate, and it's all here on page 10 of the Daily Mail today, actually, about Boris being braced for a second fine over Number 10's Bring Your Own Booze garden party. Now, I think this is an interesting one. Obviously, you know, on any general level, it's unacceptable for the Prime Minister to be caught flouting the rules he imposed on the rest of us. I mean, you know, that is unacceptable. I mean, I think the fine he got for the birthday was harsh, if I'm honest. I feel that was harsh. I mean, they were in work. It was 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Somebody had brought a cake in and said, and they sang "Happy Birthday. Do you want a piece of cake?" And they went back to work. Now, I reckon that lots of workplaces probably were in breach of the rule, if that was a breach of the rule. And I think it was harsh because actually what happened on that day was actually reported in the Times newspaper at the time. And nobody blinked an eyelid about it. You know, it said Boris stopped for a piece of cake and everybody wished him happy. Literally nobody said a word. The journalists didn't say anything. The public didn't say anything. This is about, it seems to me, the people with hindsight now. They went through 2 years of misery after that and made massive sacrifices. And now they look back on that event in a completely different perspective to how they looked at it when it actually happened at the time. So I feel Boris was probably harsh to get a fine, and Rishi Sunak was definitely harsh. He turned up to get to a meeting and got a fine just because he turned up to the meeting at the wrong time. Now the thing is, though, is that you can say that's harsh. But what happens, as the Mail are speculating today, if another fixed penalty notice lands and then another one lands? I mean, at what point does this become unsustainable, that you can't literally defend every single one? And I think that, you know, it's
and the next one will be harsher because this was where it was bring your own booze.
Exactly. I think
this is getting more tricky now because these could be parties, so this is much more difficult.
But equally, on the same subject, the Mail here report that the police are being asked to probe again into Keir Starmer's beer and pizza night during the lockdown, when he was photographed through the window with a beer and a pizza and all the rest of it. And it says here, actually, when the images emerged in January, Sir Keir Starmer said, "We stopped for something to eat and then we carried on working. No party, no breach of the rules." Well, presumably the Prime Minister could have said exactly the same thing about his birthday cake. It's very difficult to see what the difference is. So I wonder, you know, now that Boris has been referred to the Privileges Committee, are the Labour Party going to say, and other critics of Boris, well, we'll leave it to the Privileges Committee now and we're happy it's being looked at by them? I suspect not. I suspect this is going to keep rumbling on, and after the local elections, if more fixed penalty notices happen, I suspect Boris's position is going to become very, very difficult. What